What's up, YouTube? Oh, Erod212 here. Just wanted to see if there was anybody on right now. I see Omega Comics in the chat. Let me know if you guys can hear me, all right? I know this is a little impromptu, but just wanted to put out some books here, piling up. A couple things I was thinking about that I wanted to just share with the community as usual. Always having a little bit of fun, you know? Matter of fact, my vision's getting blurry, so let me draw out my glasses. Got my Manny NYC glasses. What's up, YouTube? J-Rod, what's going on? Joker, what's going on? Good. Gomez, yo, I send you two the link if you two want to jump on. Hop on, man. Man from Beantown, how's everything? Flash by Night, how's it going? How's everything going? Good? So, hey, you guys haven't been watching. Gomez and Joker have been putting on some good content, man. I was watching your last live stream the other day. Actually, Joker, you did the one with, oh my God, trying to think of his name now. Not the Butcher, Josh Grav. And that was a good show. If you're not subbed to Joker's channel, I know he had 500, but we should be getting him up to 600 right now. I appreciate that, Flash by Night. You know, welcome aboard. They've been putting out some good content. Gomez is an OG who was on the, he was back in the day, and he's made a comeback in a strong way. You know, he's bringing a lot of knowledge, a lot of love for the hobby. And my man Joker, he's just the master moderator. So come check them out. Every chance you get, let's get Joker up to 600 subs. I don't even know how many subs you at, Gomez. You got to be up there for a bit. But got 3 comic Vantage boxes and a couple books, a couple slabs. Might be a little bit here today, just a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So I'm gonna go with one of these comic Vantage boxes first, just to start moving these along. I bought them the last time. I kind of liked them. I think this is the 3rd time I bought them, and no complaints so far. Oh, Jeff Johnson, I am graced with his presence. A live stream with the mayor watching. What's going on, Jeff? Zach G, what's good? How's everything? Look at that. Gomez is at 600. So we got to get Joker and Gomez matching up there, bro. Let's move those channels along. These guys just do great content. Follow my man Wobbles. What's good? All right, so let's take a look at this here. And start out with Marvel Shadows and Light, #1. I don't think that's any value to that, but nice cover. Generation X, #4. Thanks, man, from Beantown. I believe this is one of my kids picked this up for me. I just have so many goddamn graphic T-shirts. It's not funny. All right. Here we go. We have, I believe this is for Spider Women, I believe it was the title. There's a New York Comic Con exclusive. It's the previews exclusive, 2018. So got that there. Marky316, what's going on? And the Big Cat, BLC. What's the word? Yeah, so this has a price tag of $15. And the one thing I'll say about these comic Vantage boxes is that they base their prices pretty accurately on eBay sold. So, they're not bad. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the ones. We got a Philip Tan variant here for Venom #9. All right. That's right. Ebony and Ivany are here. This channel is definitely not for kids. It is definitely not for people who don't like to get insulted or shall I say, can't take a joke, because we go at it non-stop. It's the warrior way, Even BLC gets a beating every once in a while. And then we have Spider-Man number 3, Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man number 300. And this is the Tyler Kirkham variant. Pretty nice variant. $15 price tag on that too. So nice, some pretty nice variants. That's $45 worth of variants right there. More than what the box is worth. So not bad. Second box. King B, what's good? How's everything? Look at that. Flash by Night says his kind of channel, because yes, indeed. A Flash by Night. I don't know if you follow the New York Warriors, but if you check out their auctions on Tuesday nights, sometimes I'm on there, but they run an auction every Tuesday night, and man, it is nonstop trash talking. It's what makes it fun. Can't do that, BLC. If I do that, you're way behind. I'm actually a couple orders away from you, but it's been busy. I'm actually finishing up a big stack of books for my man Peanut, and then moving on to a couple of other guys there. But some nice books. Guys are sending some beautiful, beautiful books. I'll tell you that much. Let's see what we got here. Box number 2. Some old Image. 12. That's a Liefeld cover, right? Is it? No. It's not. Some more Generation X. I must have got a collection of Generation X's. Love that cover right here, man. This is just Francis Leoneliu. Great cover. Just a great cover. Not worth anything, but a real nice cover. Dark Reign, Dark Wolverine, number 77. Oh, okay. Here we go. Let me just move these. We got X-Force number 1, the Ji-Hung Lee variant. It's got a $15 price tag. It's a nice cover. And we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 100, the Dynamic Forces variant. It's got a $25 price tag. Comes with a COA from Dynamic Forces. Only 1,000 of these were made. All right, one more box. So far, I'm not complaining. I haven't got a major hit, but I know from just watching the other shows, these variants always sell pretty well. My problem is between work and everything else, I got to be able to get on to sell. But I am going to try and make the New York Warriors auction tomorrow if they have one. So that should be good. All right, last batch. Let's see. Another Generation X, number 4. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 39. Know nothing about this. I'm not a real big Turtles guy. But don't hate on them, but I know there's a lot of guys that grew up on it. Oh, by the way, check this out. Spidey's Powdered Tumblers. My man Jose Gonzalez on IG makes these things, and they are beautiful. Really, really nice. Did a good job. No BLC. I do not call it Latino heat. Comic Brains, what's going on? How's everything? Oh, I know the Turtles is a variant cover. It's number to 1,000. Oh, how many boxes did you order, Mike? Oh, you ordered a tumbler. Did you get your joke? I gotta wait. I can't wait to see that one because he does really good work. All right, so here we go. C2E2 exclusive for Venom number 12. This is actually a pretty nice cover. I'm trying to see. It's a Philip Tan cover also. C2E2 exclusive. That has a $10 price tag on it. And then, BLC, right up your alley here. This is an Omega 88 variant for Deceased number 1. I've never seen that one. BLC, you have this in the collection? And then, oh wow, okay. I have a turtle book here. I don't know what the number is. I'd have to look it up. But I see Jenica's on there, so but it has a 500 issue print run. What's it say? Well, let me just take this out. But here it is. Thank you, Peter DeLuca. I appreciate that. I mean, you guys are giving me good books to press. You guys are making the right decisions when you're sending me. And there lies the whole thing with pressing is knowing what defects are pressable. Oh, it's a Turtles 100. Okay. And what's pressable and what's not pressable. So, especially with the low grade books, you might see a lot of things that you think are pressable, but the major defects on that book will still not allow that book to get a higher grade bump. So, I mean, sometimes we'll press them anyway because you want your book to aesthetically look better. But other than that, it's not going to get a grade bump. And sometimes you risk it going down a grade depending on what the grader is, you know? So that does happen. So here are bangers here. Remember, these boxes come out to $40 a piece, I believe it is. So Turtles 100, 500 print run, $15. Deceased variant, 20. We're at 35. C2E2, 45. Turtles 100, 70. 85. 100. Yeah, so it's $130. So ahead of the game, you know, and you get something fun to open and look at, variants that I don't normally buy anymore. I used to be a variant whore, but I don't pick them up hardly anymore unless it's something that calls my attention. But I do have some books that I picked up here, but I also want to talk about a few things. Oh, you know what? Let me just show you guys this. Exactly, Joker. But what a damage. Okay. Shit, Scott, my fucking barber is not around, so I'm not trying to grow out shit. I just need a bad haircut. I was going to buzz it, but I'm holding back. I usually keep it tight with a hard part, but I might fold. That's why the hat's on here, bro. I'll have a goddamn fro, basically. A joke was talking about water damage. Can water stain, I'm sorry, here's Pete's thing. Can any water staining or damage be taken out with the dry clean? No, water staining cannot be taken out. Water damage, if it doesn't leave a stain, can on occasion be pressed out, yes. But you'll see the difference once you have that stain's not coming out. You know? Yeah, I get you, man. Be done. You know what? It's just with this COVID and not being able to hunt the way I like to hunt and everything else, it gives me something to do, you know? I've gotten lucky with a couple of these comic boxes. I mean, you guys saw my Mr. Let mystery box. That thing was fantastic. I won Strictly Comics' grand prize. So not complaining, you know? I was fortunate enough to get a couple of good boxes. But another IG pickup. So there's an artist on IG who I follow and I like some of the work. And she does some really creative stuff. And she's a sketch card girl, I believe it is, on Instagram. So I saw some work she had done for a couple other people and reached out to her. And the communication was really good. And as you guys know, I'm a huge Wolverine fan. So I got her to do this for me. And she did Hugh Jackman in the Wolverine uniform, which is something we never saw. But look how well it goes with that label. So I'm really happy. She's got good, affordable prices. She's overseas, but you send her your CGC form, she'll send it in. It'll get the yellow label on it. She has the blanks also. She works really well. Take a look at her page on IG. You'll be surprised. There's some really, really nice stuff. Oh, man, you know what? I missed the Superior 11 this time. I haven't been on. I got the Superior 10. I was really happy with it. So, but I mean, what do you guys think of this? I like it. I like it. I think it's a nice little original piece there. My man Hugh Jackman, who's a fantastic Wolverine, no matter what anybody says. You know, good shit. So, Big LC saying what? That was a Jetpack and Forbidden Planet exclusive Trevor Hirsch image variant deceased. So you have it, huh, BLC? So pick that up, affordable. She's pretty decent. She had a pretty long waiting line, but some people had dropped out, so I was able to slide in and get that. I was happy. Yeah, I like the background too. It's coming out of like that cave, basically like in that the Bronze Age X-Men run when he's underneath and he's fighting all of the soldiers for whatchamacallit, Sebastian Shaw and all of those guys, the Hellfire Club. So it was pretty cool. All right. So picked up a couple of books on IG. But before I show those IG books, I want to show you these. So I know you guys saw my haul recently, and I showed a Silver Surfer number 8, which I picked up, and the Moon Knight number 1. They were both 9.8s, and these were throw-ins, if you can believe this. Look how clean this copy of Marvel, Captain Marvel number 2 right there. That's just a clean copy, man. Really, really happy with this, and that Atlas Comics, which are making a comeback. A lot of people picking up on these. I believe there was some spec on this stuff. Number 1 for the Grim Ghost. These books were given to me by my man Tony Toth. I forgot to shout him out in my last video. I apologize for that because that guy's just a great guy in the community. Met him at a local con. Him and Reaper Tate. It was me and Manny NYC. And we started conversing there, and we've hit it off ever since. We run into each other's shows. It's always a conversation. Good man, and this guy knows so much about comics. It's unbelievable. I mean, he has knowledge. It's crazy. If I have a question, that's the guy I want to reach out to. He's on IG a lot. He does some YouTube videos, but check him out on IG. He's a pre-code monster. Man, I mean, the books that this man has are unbelievable. Jokey, you picked up a Grim Ghost? Did you Grim Ghost number 1? Nice. And then I picked up an Avengers 80. I believe it was Airborne. I'm trying to think. I believe it was Airborne. I might be wrong. I apologize for that. Sometimes I forget. I buy so many books. But if you guys had seen my previous, I had submitted my X-Men 6 and came back with the missing page on it. So I got a green label. And I couldn't sit well with that. So I got a nice, probably 5L-ish copy of X-Men number 6. I'm happy with it. Real happy with it. The Dorkeries are here. What's going on, my friends? So I'm real happy with that. Picked this up, something I had not seen in ever. But it's ASM 316. But this is a chromium, I believe it's a Mexican variant. And tough to find. And the book's pretty clean. It sits really well. I got this from Game Swappers on one of Thorough's auctions. I paid about what it goes for, but I had to have it in the collection. It was a nice book. Nice book. And then on IG, I picked up Lady Dorkery, one of her favorites, the Umbrella Academy. This is the free comic book day. Book is really nice, but not a 9.8 or 9.6 candidate. Has a little bit of a crunch on the bottom and the top. But new season's coming out in July, so that book should probably pop up again. Book I pick up every time I see it cheap. King size. Sorry, right there. King size Avengers Annual number 10. First Rogue. Yeah, I tell you, man, beat on that. You look at that cover, man. They don't make this an iconic. First few Silver Age Submariner covers are so classic with this and the FF cover. And, he's on FF6. What's he with Dr. Doom on that one? FF4, he's on the other cover. I mean, just great covers. Talk about great covers in a book that finally has gotten some love because a lot of people specking on it. Got this at a decent price, so I had to take it. Darth Vader #3, first appearance of Dr. Aphra. Not the 1 in 25 Laraka variant, but I'll take this book any day. You know, pretty nice, pretty nice. And then another book that always gets hot, Marvel Premium #28, first Legion of Monsters. Again, IG, good place to pick up books on the cheap. You get some decent prices. And this one here, low grade, but low grade's better than no grade. But I'm saying like a 2.5, maybe 3.0 tops. I would go more than that 2.5 range. X-Men '94. I won this for, I think it was $10 in a raffle on IG. So, really, really happy. You know, you can win some nice books on IG raffles. I mean, look at Mr. Let. Mr. Let's been lucky as hell lately. If you guys are following my raffles, he's done well for himself. And then this is a book that I wanted to bring to the community's attention. Shall we say # Comics Wisdom? There were a few things I wanted to talk about. This was one of them. So I know the Dorkeries love Vader #3. He's a big fan of that. But this is a book that I'm a fan of. Everybody knows this book, but I don't know if everybody knows this exact. So everybody's seen a lot of movie hype on Mr. Sinister coming to the cinematic universe. I'm just getting so much glare. Coming to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so we all know that X-Men 221, first appearance of Mr. Sinister, correct? Man, for me, they're reeling you in. And you know what happens when you win and like you go on winning streaks sometimes. I mean, look at Mini NYC. He just won an Amazing Spider-Man #1, 6.5. He's set. You know, I think he said he had like $50 invested in it, and you're talking a $16,000 to $18,000 book. But you know, it's all luck. It's all luck. All right, so everybody knows about X-Men 221. Knights of Ren, how's everything? I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Rags, what's going on? And my man Rags will definitely know about this. But this book is the book you want to get if you're looking for X-Men 221. This is the So Much Fun classic printing of it. It's considered on CGC forums, on the CGC registry as the second print, but they will on the label put down So Much Fun. So Much Fun was a company that was producing, there's only like 12 of these books with this company. And all of them will say classic over here. Yeah, right there. All of them will say classic. But this is a tough book to get, especially in a high grade. They were sold in toy stores. Most of those, I believe all the toy stores are long gone. There were 6 Marvel titles. There were a couple of DC, and there was like an Archie for Betty and Veronica and something. But if you look at the price on this in a 9.8, tough. I believe they only made 5,000 copies of this. I believe that's what the number I pulled up on this was. So, you know, a book to look for. If you see this in the wild and somebody thinks it's a reprint and they're selling it for cheap, I would pick it up. This one here is actually probably like a VF copy. Maybe I shot it an 8.5. I'm happy with it. Yeah, so a book for you guys, you know, to look for. If you go on eBay, you don't see too many of them either. There's one for Batman 402, I believe it is. There's an Amazing Spider-Man one. I want to say it's like ASM 210. I picked that one up not long ago for pretty cheap. But this one here is probably the bigger one because it's the first appearance of Mr. Sinister. Pete Luca, what's the top grail? Right now I have 2. I want an ASM 1. And the book I'm trying to get to, and if you guys follow my road to a grail, I want to get myself an FF5, FF1 also. So you know what? Something to think about. I'm going to screen share something because I just wanted to talk about another thing with you guys here. Let me just do this here. So I want to talk about newsstands. And this is no disrespect or dig at anybody in the comic community, so please don't take it that way. But you see a lot in the community, especially on raffles or not raffles, but auctions and stuff like that. I want a Schomburg. Oh my God, Golden Age cap also. Man from Beantown. But you'll see people talking about, oh, it's a newsstand edition. It's a newsstand edition as compared to a direct market. But what people need to realize, right, is that, let's see how I can share this one here. There we go. Newsstands come out in 1979. So first of all, anything pre-1979 is going to have that barcode. It is the only type that they had. That was the only, there were no direct editions. So everything is newsstand. 100% of them are newsstands. Now, newsstands come out in 1979. So if you're looking at 1979, and you'll see that the percentage of newsstands that came out in 1979 were only about 6%. Direct editions were only about 6%. So you're still inundated with the newsstands. So at that point, the direct editions are probably rarer than the newsstands. Now, newsstands weren't taken care of as well because they were on spinner racks and everything else. But think about it: 94% of the books that were coming out at that point were newsstand editions, and the direct editions were. Oh, my man Gomez is on.
Yeah.
What's going on, bro?
What's going on? What's up, E-Rod? How you doing?
Can't. Gomez, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You got your mic on?
You got my mic on, brother.
I can't hear Gomez.
You can't hear me at all?
You ready to see Gomez there? Yeah, is your mic on, Gomez?
Mic should be on, brother. Mic should be on. You don't hear me at all?
You hear Gomez? Okay, I'm not hearing him for some reason. I don't know what I'm doing wrong on my end. Yeah, but maybe because I don't have headphones on. Let me just see something.
It shouldn't matter, but check it out.
Such an idiot.
You used to ride it solo, bro.
All right, you hear me? There we go. Hey, my brother, thank you for coming on and joining me.
No problem.
I appreciate that. So I'm just trying to little comic wisdom here, and I'm talking to everybody about newsstands. And I just, you've been around for a while, and you know all about newsstands with direct editions, but I kind of see a lot of people always saying, oh, it's a newsstand edition, and right away they think that because it's a newsstand, it's worth more. But what the people aren't realizing is that newsstands were out there forever, so anything pre-1979 is going to be a newsstand. And then direct editions, if in 79 you only had about 6% of the books were direct editions, so you have more newsstands than direct editions. So if you take that in correlation and you put out, let's say, 100,000 books, and only 4% or 6% are direct edition, the newsstands aren't going to be as valuable. It's not if we go down further in the line when, as you see, as the years progress, you go 20% and then it goes into 50%, that the newsstands start to decrease. And now with the conditions of newsstands the way they are, because everybody's finger fucking them and spinner racks and everything like that, the conditions aren't tough. That's like the Spawn #1. So if you ever look at Spawn #1, that was a book that was sent direct edition almost exclusively. There's only 1% of the books of Spawn #1 were newsstands. So that's why that book carries so much weight in a newsstand.
Yeah, I'm gonna hunt for that one myself, but I'm being patient because I have a lot of direct editions.
I picked up a couple of newsstands. I've had it all the way up to a 9.4, but a 9.8 is just a white whale, man. It's just a tough book.
Yeah, I picked up my third copy of this bad boy.
Let me put you on here.
I picked up my third copy. This one's like, I think not this one, but this one actually. This one's like a near mint copy.
Oh, that's a great book. I was just talking about that. I picked up one too. I have I don't know if you're watching, but I picked up one on IG, but probably a VF Plus copy.
At a LCS, they had 3, and I picked them all up.
Oh my god! Well, I don't know what LCS you go to, but I know when we were talking in that chat, you pulled some fire books, man.
Yeah, they barely opened up that Saturday about a week ago, and I decided, you know what? I seen 2 of them, and 2 of them were probably like 8.0s because they have some stains. 8.0, 9.0. They have those small spine ticks.
Okay.
But I had 2 in my hands, and I told him, "Would you do 50 for these?"
Okay.
He's yeah. So I bought 50. I bought both of them for 50. Didn't know he had another one in there. So and I bought some other books too. And then I went again on Saturday, and I found it in there for $80 half price, $40. And I was like,
Jeff Johnson's calling you a greedy ass, by the way. You know why, right? You know why.
Yeah. No, you shouldn't call me greedy ass because of what I hooked him up with. But
well, yeah, you took care of him, bro. You took care of him. You got him that GI Joe, right?
That's like at least a 9.6, man. Strong.
Wow. 9. You got that for a good price too.
Yeah, I got that one for I think I ended up paying like 40, almost $40 for it. Yeah.
Knights of Ren just said, bro, PayPal is ready for one of those drugs.
Yeah, no, I knew it was funny. It was funny about this book is I was this close to buying it for like $45 at a mid-grade, starting spike, and almost like the Ultimate Fallout 4. And I didn't. And like I said, when I went to this LCS, I couldn't pass up on the deal. Like I said, 25 for both. And then I saw this one that was for 40, right? And I hesitated, didn't get it. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna get it. So on my way home, I was like, shit. Now I have. Yeah, so I went back. That's the only reason why yesterday I was late to Joker's live show.
Oh, you at the shop?
To the LCS, quick 10 minutes. I know exactly what I want to get.
Right. It's funny you're talking about Ultimate Fallout 4 because we've been following Ultimate Fallout 4 forever. I mean, I'm a big Miles Morales guy, and we've seen how it's spiked now. So it's at $750 for a 9.8 for the first printing. But
it was a $350 about 2 months ago.
I was selling the 9.6s at $250. They're over $350 now. But this just happened. Let me share this here. I saw this and I couldn't believe this. Where the hell is it? Trying to see. No, that's not it. Oh, right here. Hold on a second.
No problem.
Look at this. This is Ultimate Fallout 4 second print. Is it showing? No, it's not showing. Hold on a second. Right there. Is it showing on the screen?
No, Newsstand percentages. It's basically what you were talking about.
Yeah, no. So okay, I'm trying to pull up. I have it on the. Let me stop the screen share. Let me do a screen share real quick. I apologize, but I wanted to show people this because I thought it was crazy.
I think you take me off and you share it or something.
No. Like that. Yeah. Is it showing now?
Yeah, it is.
Look at this. Look at the price on the 9.8. This is the second print. Now there's 2 second prints. You have the one where you see Miles's full head, but you also have the one it's the interior page where Miles's face is revealed, the Sarah Pacelli cover.
Hold on a second. Go ahead, keep talking. I'm gonna get something quick.
Yeah, but if you guys are seeing this, 9.8 sold under $450 because somebody accepted a price, but still, I mean, that is insane. And if you look, and you scroll down on this page, raw copies in the VF are selling for $40, $45. Near mints are selling for $65. The second print with his head fully exposed, $53. $60 again. That's a low sale. $66. This book just exploded. There you go. That's a 9.8 for the second print, sold for $335. It's just insane. Look at this, a 9.8 on the
was it $4,000 now?
Yeah, it sold for $4,100. I have a 9.6. The last time I had checked, it was over $2,200. I bought the book for $25. But it's crazy. You see the prices on that? It's just insane what this book has gone through now. So it's funny because we were on the New York Warriors auction. We used to sell that book dirt cheap as part of like a filler to get rid of, let's say, an Ultimate Fallout 4, the second print, and it's crazy.
And I got second print and the second print variant back in the day for nothing.
Yeah, they're what, $2, $3?
And then I recently bought Ultimate Fallout 4, a 9.6, 9.8 candidate. Yeah. Both of them are mine. I haven't sent them CGC yet, but they're like, I got one for $100 recently, about 2 months ago.
Yeah, that's what I was buying for.
And then I got one about like 2 years ago for $45 shipped along with other books. It was first appearance of Jubilee.
Okay.
And I bought those, and now those both are near mint conditions.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. That book has just exploded now, and it's not any movie hype. I mean, everybody knows all the hype that's going on. I think people are finally realizing that that's going to be a major key down the line when expendable income comes into play. Because we all know, I mean, I'm a little older than you guys, but when you guys hit a certain age and you have extra money, you go and you buy what you loved as a kid. I mean, I watch it with a lot of guys with Transformers and G.I. Joe and He-Man. You know, they collect. Or you go back to Spider-Man. Like my stuff is Wolverine and the X-Men because that's what I grew up on. I love it. You know, an Amazing Spider-Man. So you go back and you buy everything that you could. There's a generation of people growing up on Miles Morales. That movie made kids just love it. You know, I see it. I see it on Halloween when you got all these kids running around in shorts with some, jogging leggings on and the jacket with a hoodie on top of them, being Miles, you didn't see that.
His character is completely different from Spider-Man, and the way he is, how he's dressed, like you said, the hoodie.
Well, it gave it an urban feel. It gave it a real feel of what today is, and it's no disrespect. And I mean, with everything that's going on, this is not what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to be political in any sense, but when Marvel Comics is drawn in the 1960s, it's white America. And the demographic of the culture and everything has changed. Yeah, and Marvel took it and changed it with adding Miles, or you add Kamala Khan, and you took Riri Williams, and you put in all these characters there. As long as you don't get rid of the old characters, and they have a place in time. But man, what's going on? I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. What do you think of that?
Like you said, I think it's a lot of it has to do with like you got the difference of Marvel characters becoming, like you got the African American, you got the Mexican, you got a lot of ethnicities changing, and then now they're revolving a couple of years, remember 2 or 3 years back, with now you got these women becoming more powerful than they were in the past, becoming superheroes like Riri Williams, what's her name, Chavez,
America Chavez.
American Chavez, yeah. Right. And you got like Gwen Stacy, Gwenpool, and all that stuff. Now they're becoming a different worlds of Marvel, different type of world.
Yeah, I mean Spider-Gwen, that's another one that just blew up. She's gigantic. That's a character that you're like, wow. You seen first appearance of Riri Williams picking up Unella from Moon Girl.
That's right.
It's another one that just
issue number one. Liking, that's issue number one.
And the variants are
But yeah, that's I like it because it gives a different feel.
Let me highlight something that put here, and this is so true. He said, "I like Stan Lee created a few Afro-American characters, even the Marvel heads didn't want to." And you remember, Stan Lee creates the Black Panther, and puts the first Afro-American hero out there. He creates the Falcon. This is the 60s when it was tumultuous times, and these guys were putting it out there. If anybody knows history about comics, you know what the X-Men means. The X-Men is basically Charles Xavier is Dr. King, and Magneto is Malcolm X. That's what that's based on.
Yeah,
all the rioting and all of that stuff, and people casting down on people. The X-Men took it and turned it into mutants, but it's the same thing. It's fantastic.
And you know what? To be honest, I never thought of it like that. This is something I learned from being on your show today. Didn't think about that.
Yeah, man, go and take a look. You'll see this story arcs written about that. But think about it. Xavier's the pacifist who wants everybody to be happy and everything else. They both have the same goal in life, to protect mutants, but one is more radical than the other one. The other one believes in taking action. The other guy wants to do it through a peaceful way. That's the same thing.
Make perfect sense. Now I see it in a different aspect because of that.
That's why it's deep. It's deep.
It just got deeper right now for me.
Yeah, man. It's why you sit there and you think about it. And it's right. I know that was a rumor. I don't know if that was true or not. Who that? But rumor is that the Black Panther Liberation Party took their name off the Black Panther, the cartoon character. You know. Yeah. Again, just deep shit, man. You know, people don't realize how deep comics can be. You know, you're writing what you feel.
Well, I remember that when the X-Men one, the X-Men Gold.
Yeah,
that was a lot controversial too. I remember that one had some political controversy.
I mean, you think about it. It's like who was it? Brian Michael Bendis, right? He's written some of these great story arcs. Is it Bendis? I'm trying to think. I believe it's Bendis. But the reason he writes it so well is he's married to an Afro-American woman, so he has that perspective. You know. It's just interesting.
Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, you're actually right on that. My favorite was the whites.
There you go.
Yeah, no, it opens up your eyes. It opens up.
Especially like you're a young kid and you're reading and you don't even get it. And these guys are putting this deep message sometimes. And we're not fucking. We're just reading it and loving the story. And then when you become an adult and you start researching shit, you know, and you're going down that rabbit hole on Google and you're checking shit out, and you're like, what the fuck,
it's like
bro?
Over again, your old cartoons you watch, like, what the fuck was I watching?
But it makes me go back and go watch some shit again, you know, and read it again. It's like, wow, this thing was amazing. You know, this thing was amazing. Yo, talk about amazing. I'm gonna show you some here right now. I got this from Archangel.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Yeah, it's my second copy. Okay. But I like it. Huh?
If I say come and say I'm glad I'm on the show today.
Yeah.
But no, Tony that's good.
And my man Biggie's just put up another one. Tony Isabella with Black Lightning. You know, just another character. I remember being a kid and there were no Hispanic characters, and the only Hispanic character that we had was the White Tiger.
Okay.
And I don't know if guys are familiar with the White Tiger, but he came up through Deadly Hands of Kung Fu. He was kind of a Hispanic guy from the Bronx and martial arts and stuff like that. And I remember like I could relate to that because the guy was from, you know, the projects and he came from the hood, from New York. He's in a comic book. He's a superhero. And they've changed it where it's been his niece, and there's been like 3 reiterations of it, but you know, it was pretty cool. And here's the other thing. And this is my one pet peeve. Everybody goes around saying Miles Morales is black. He is, but he's also Hispanic.
Yeah,
let's get it right. He's half Puerto Rican, all right?
Yeah.
You know? He's as much to that community as he is to our community. You know?
Yeah.
I'll take pride in that. I'll take pride in that. And then, what's that?
That's why you have so many copies.
Shit, yeah, I had at one time I had 10 copies of Ultimate Fallout 4, just the regular one. I sold off a couple of them. I have a 9.8 signed by Sarah Pacelli, a 9 with a Miles sketch on it, a 9.6 signed by Pacelli with a sketch. I have a 9.4 signed by Endis Pacelli, Clayton Crane. You know, Clayton Crane does work on that. And then Mark Bagley does the cover.
That's right.
So I got Bagley to do the cover this year, last New York Comic Con. And then I just picked up, like you, I was picking up some Raws at $90 a pop because I knew that book was just going to blow up.
Yeah.
And I got 2 that I have, 2 or 3 I have to send to CGC.
I wanted 2 of them myself. I like having doubles. If you notice right now, I like having more than one, and you yourself as well as a collector.
We're hoarders, bro.
Yeah. You know what it is though. It's like we keep hunting. When we dive, we find that book and we know it's at a reasonable price. It's hard to pass up.
Yeah,
even if we have it because, like you said right now, you never know when that book's gonna spike, and you regret not able to get multiples to have your PC when you had the chance. And that's me as a learner watching everybody and learning. I know kind of like what to collect and what not to collect. I was talking to somebody in the YouTube community today, tell them, you know, if you're not happy with what you're getting, then take a look and look at what you're doing and what you're spending, because you're spending money that you could have got this book or that book. So I showed them photos of what I instead of going out buying all these mystery boxes. And I'm not bashing on no mystery boxes.
No, not at all.
There's some in the community that are really sour, and you could tell by the people's reactions. So I told them, I said, just think of the money you're spending and get that one book that you really want, because I went out to comic shops and spent what I knew I would have spent at mystery boxes, because I don't look back, because I spent the money on something I wanted as a collector, not something I'm trying to gamble on.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. The other thing I did, like I said, with the COVID, I've been buying some stuff, but I actually tried to buy from people that I think are reliable. I like to get at least my money's worth on the boxes.
I've seen
we've seen a few boxes where, like, you know, like the torpedo boxes, you can get that big book, but you're playing like a lottery ticket, but you know it already to win that big book. Other than that, you might get some filler books or some nice variants because they have that much stock on the books that they get done up that they could put those in the boxes and recoup their money. You know, it's that game. But I used to buy $60 to $80 a week on new books, and
me too.
So my inventory is insane. I mean, Biggs and Nose will tell you. I've shown a picture of my storage unit. Just the amount of books that are in that storage unit.
Huh? How many years have you been collecting?
On and off, I've been collecting for over 40 years.
Yeah, see, that's double what I have. I'm pretty sure. You know,
but I took a big layoff. You know what I'm saying? You know how it is. You're chasing women. You get married. You have kids, and life gets in the way. And then you come back to it. But when you come back to it, you come back harder than ever, man.
That's what happened to me. It's like, I took about 3-4 months of hiatus, maybe 5. But I was doing it because of my house and everything, and I had to put aside what's not as important. And what's more important is my family, and make sure that we're financially where we want to be for me to pick up that collecting again. So once I did it, I did the same thing. I went hard. When COVID hit, I went hard and bought books at cheap, because everybody that was not working and they needed me, I gave them a fair value. Let's meet at this way. You want this much, I want this much. You want a little more? Okay, we'll work on a deal, because I know how much that book is. If I could get a $10 or $20 less than what I know what it goes for, I made a killing and I made a profit. I'm happy with the price you give me, and you're happy because you're getting.
Well, see, here's the way I do it. And if I sell you a book and it's not on eBay, even on the New York Warriors, I'll probably knock off 10% off the book if it's a GPA book. You know what I'm saying? If it's a slab, I'll take the 10% off, because I'm going to give that 10% to eBay anyway.
Makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm still getting the same amount of money. You're getting a deal. You're happy with the book. I'm happy with the sale. And we're all good. It just equals out. You do it that way, it works. Yeah, I see Archangel does that all the time. You know, a couple other guys in the community. You know, it's smart business. Everybody gets a deal, and we're all good. But I tell you what, the fuck, bro. Everybody was still spending through this COVID, man. That stimulus check, people were buying books like they were thirsty. It wasn't just Adam. Everybody was thirsty, bro.
I told my wife, just give me $500 and you keep the rest and put it in the bank, because my wife, that's when you have someone you can trust. I have my wife that I give her the most majority of the money because I will spend it.
Right. So she handles the finances for you, because she's better at it.
The situation like tax money, whatever, I let her have, because if not, I'm not going to spend it retardedly, but I'll slowly spend that money. And I'll be
like, damn, where is it?
Huh?
And then you'll be like, damn, where the hell it go?
Yeah. So I've learned as a collector. I did that like a couple of years back, where I got a large sum of taxes, and I was buying books like you, $80, $90, $120. I was spending like $400 to $600 book a month buying books, new books and variants on it. And then I took it back. That's why I took a step back about a year and a half ago and said, you know what, I need to see what I'm doing, what I'm buying. Am I reading that book? Why am I getting that? It's going to have value. No, it's going to be a 50-cent book later, 10 months from now. Why get it now if I'm not reading it? It's things like, as a collector, I learned that, and I was telling the same guy I was talking to earlier, I was mentioning, I said, you can be patient, because those books are, when you see the right price and you're happy with the price, purchase it. If not, I was gonna purchase some Hulks, some old Silver Age Hulks, but the price wasn't right. And I'm not saying I'm not bashing on the person, but to me, it's a fair price. But to me, I feel like I can get it at a better price,
right?
Eventually, in time, at a comic shop, something I know that there's other options besides just I have to get it when I know the value of the market is fair value, but not a great value. And that's where
I agree. The other thing, I used to want to buy every key. I had to have every key, and then I sit back and I look at them and I'm like, you know what? I'm not really a fan of Lobo, or I'm not really a fan of Booster Gold, but I got the first Booster Gold. I got the first Lobo. So what I've learned to do is, if I do find those books at a good cost, and I can make a little bit of a profit on them, I sell those. With that profit, I could buy myself a better book. And you that's the way you buy your bigger books.
And that's what I'm learning to right now is it's like one book that I wanted. Right, I found it at a great price. The one we were talking about earlier, G.I. Joe, and I had like buyers remorse of selling it, but then I had to ask myself, do I collect them? No. Hey, but just because someone else is collecting doesn't mean I have to collect. I talked to Joker about that. Yeah. You're hunting for a book. You tell me today. Now I'm gonna hunt the book you're hunting because you're hunting it, and I want to find it in my place. It's kind of a game. Yeah. And you have to say, like you said earlier, do I read that? No. Will I ever buy it if I saw it? No. So why do I need to keep it? Might as well get rid of it. The person that gets it is happy with the price. I'm happy with the price. At the end of the day, I don't feel like any regret because I don't need that and I don't collect that.
I agree. That's why I go to the flea markets. I love going to the flea markets. First of all, I get a couple miles of walking in there early in the morning, and you never know what you're going to find. And I mean, I found a Tomb of Dracula 10. I paid $3 for it. It was like a 5.0, 4.0. It came back. You're talking a couple $100 book. I found a Submariner #1. I found those Venomized variants, the original ones. The one with it's not the Mary Jane, but it's the X-Men one with Deadpool on it and those guys, which is like the second most expensive. I found it for $1.
Yeah, like
so things to find.
Yeah, and let me see if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it. I think it's right here somewhere. Yeah, it's like, hey, I probably heard this before, but I bought a collection, like you said, like flea market. I bought a collection of I was getting rid of a big book. I had like a what's called Ricky the Dragons, all the old ones and all that.
Yeah,
I had those, and I bought it for $50 with the tub. And I went out, and it was on Letgo app.
Right, I've done that too.
I found
Look at that.
A part like I know. Really, it has a spiral on it.
Yeah,
easily pressed out. But this one I found in that box. This one right here paid for everything that was in that bin. Yeah. This is a $35 to $55 book any day.
Right. There you go.
I needed this for my PC, and I was pumped. I was happy. Everything else, I was just like,
Yeah, but you can move everything along. Or you could pass it on. You give it away. Give it to people to read and stuff like that. I'm at that point. Some things I'll sit on, because you never know. I mean, look at all these movies that are coming out, like the Mark Millar books from Image and, God Country, the Donny Cates, all that stuff. For a while was hot, then it dies down, but now it picks up steam again. You'll never know what's really going to be a hot book. I learned, and this is just me. I used to have like those first appearances that come out now, but the thing is, I was buying that title for how long? So let's say a book ran 20 issues and I paid $4 an issue. So I just spent $80 to get a book that's worth $20 because a first appearance comes out there. I'd rather just pay the $25 and buy that book now on eBay.
That too. That nothing is. You got issue number 1. You got issue number 1. You got issue number 1. Marvel or Marvel does a lot. You get the one in 10, the 1 in 5, the 1 in 50, the 1 in 100, and the regular cover. You can buy all those. You see the first cover is like $4. The one like $6-7. Then you get the 125. That's about 30. Then 150. That's about 60. So you spend almost $150 to $200 on these racial variants for that one issue, when you could have bought yourself a bigger key that will have higher value later on.
Yeah, I agree.
But at the same time, it's like let me get a book real quick. I don't know if it's going to be a key book in the future, but I read the book and I really like it. And I read they haven't came out. I think they haven't came out with issue 2 because of the COVID. But this is the one that I picked up, and this was a 1 in 10. I found it like,
so I like the premises on that. I actually bought the 1 in 25 on that book.
I have the 1 in 12, and I have this one.
And then there's a J. Scott Campbell cover on that too, right?
I bought this one for like probably like $6-7.
Really?
But,
yeah.
Yeah, this one's a 1 in, I think 1 in 10. But I bought it because I like the story. But I also this has a first appearance key. That's another thing too. It's the first appearance is Emily Bright. Emily Bright. So it's the actual girl in the front cover. So I got this pressed by Cholula and cleaned, and she slabbed it at CBCS. Came out 9.8. A lot of moderns will come with that. But
shout out to Cholula Comics too, another guy who used to be on all the time, and he's making his comeback now. You guys, you got that whole little Mexican crew there. Even though Mike ain't a Mexican, he's kind of a Mexican. You know what I'm saying? You know, but you guys are all coming back strong. I love it. I love it. You know, it's good stuff.
It was good. It was good. We're planning on doing it again. Hopefully, like hopefully in a couple weeks, or maybe bring them on again.
Yeah, man.
Something with my channel too. I'm trying to do like a giveaway or something, just to appreciation for coming back. Not just that, for the people that have been watching and supporting my channel.
Right.
And, like you said, like me and Joker, we decided one day, we were talking, let's just do something on Sundays. No one else is doing anything, but there's a small auction we can hit before the auction hits. We can do something. There's no one going on, so it's nice. I like to talk like this if I'm actually talking to somebody and collecting. And he kind of.
I tell you, Joker. I know Mike for a couple years now. You know, I met him through Manny when he came with the New York Warriors, and we always bust chops because his first con with me at New York Comic Con, he dropped a book. Like first time I met him, he dropped a book and crushed the corner. You know, New York Comic Con, he dropped another book, so we used to fuck with him about that.
Oh shit!
Dude, he's a solid dude, and he became the moderator of the community. You know, everybody knows him as the moderator. So if you listen to him flow, he flows really good on YouTube now. I mean, I enjoy watching him.
That's what, like, it's funny because I watched his first stuff when he first started. Because I remember watching New York Warriors for a while. I've been watching you guys off and on for about 3 years, almost 3-4 years. And when he first come on, he was really quiet. Yeah. Really quiet. Now it's like a whole transition.
Yeah, man, you evolve. We all evolve.
Yeah, and it's like me when I first come in, you'll see my face get red and nervous, and
what you doing in your kitchen?
Yeah.
I remember when you guys used to have your show. You used to have that show. We used to watch you guys.
Oh, now I used to say random shit because Biggs takes big fun of me. Like I'll get this book, like, oh yeah, I got this book the other day. Right. Oh, this is all done by a certain artist, and I'll get the artist wrong, and I'm like, I can't wait to read this. I want to read shit. You know what I mean?
Yo, I'm just gonna give you one piece of advice. Don't mess up in front of Biggs. He don't miss anything, bro. That motherfucker will go in the archives 5 years back. He go, remember when you said this on the show over here? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's killing us, so.
But I laugh because it's that camaraderie. It's just like Biggs. It's like when you talk to him, he's just real peeps. It's like Joker. Yourself,
like me and Biggs talk, and because he works right down the block from me.
Okay.
So while I'm working, half the time I go to his job and we sit there and we kick comics for a half hour and just talk about life and family and shit like that. We're really friends. You know, it's good to have people like that because you have somebody that enjoys what you like. So there's a lot of things in common. You know, that was a conversation I was having with my youngest son. He's the guy that got me into YouTube. I'm always a comic guy, but I wasn't a YouTube. I was watching like Lightning, and I always remember who has the big shop, the Big To Do, had this gigantic comic haul where he bought this massive collection when he was opening his store, and I was addicted to watching the videos. And my son was like, "You know a lot about comics. You should be doing videos like this too." And 5 years later, it's evolved into what it's evolved. Where I went to C2E2 this year, and it was a blast. I ran into guys that I had talked to. Man from Beantown. I ran into Man from Beantown walking right down the hallway, and we just kicked it for like 20 minutes out there just talking comics and life. Dude, it was so good. East Coast Comic Con, AG Surfer and Cholula came down from California to hang out with us over here.
I'm trying to see if we go again this year coming up. I talked to him, and I said, I got to go this time. I had a lot of things going on during the time when they went out.
Yeah.
That's probably always the highlight of collecting. Yeah, you got this book, this grill, whatever, but you'll never forget the moments when I hung out with them in San Francisco, calling the Sanford.
Right, the friendships.
Yeah, it's just what you're gonna remember most. And like you said, you brought up the situation with Mike. when you drop the books. You'll never forget that. You know, you look at that, you're like, you know.
I mean, I have so many stories. I mean, you know, Manny works at New York Comic Con. I mean, we basically bum rush John Byrne's line, you know, and we're just laughing. Or, you know, I'm standing there and I give John Byrne a book, and I had a window board because, you know, Chris Claremont signs right across the X all the time, right? So I give it to him, and he goes to sign that. I says, "Oh no, could you sign here? Because John Claremont likes to sign there." He looked at me and said, "Tell Claremont," I said, "go fuck himself." He fucked his sign right there. Yo, classic story. We was dying. My son was with us because my son is he's older and he's into the whole thing. So he hangs out with me and Manny and everybody. We had a blast.
That's awesome. That's really awesome.
Yeah. I got one more book. Oh, but the Butcher, you're gonna hit C2E2? The Butcher's gonna hit it too. Yeah, I know. I really would like to go, Man from Beantown, back to C2E2 because I had a blast. I met Chad RCG, another guy from the community. I had pressed some books with him. We hooked up and hung out, man. I had a blast just talking to him. New York Comics guy. There was a bunch of you just ran into a whole bunch of people there. At Baltimore Comic Con. It's the first time I met Otto and Nemesis Prime, Dave in the Cave, and then all the Midwest guys were there from like the Comic Corps. So it was pretty cool. But I got this on one of the auctions recently. It was a small auction on YouTube, and I got that.
Highlight yourself, brother, if you want. Oh, that's nice. 7.0.
Yeah, 7.0. I had a 4.5. I sold it, and it helped fund this book. That's the other thing I do. I try and sell my lower grades now and get myself a little higher grade. You know?
That's awesome.
Get myself a little higher grade. So it was good. I usually go on for an hour. We're right about that point now. So I appreciate you coming out and give me some support, brother.
Oh, anytime.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. Thanks to everybody who came out in the chat. My man, Amazing Murphinator right there. He was another guy hanging out with us at East Coast. I talk to Murph almost every day. But to get to meet him for the first time was awesome, bro. Because that motherfucker, just like on TV, that's who he is. You know, he ain't no different. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, that's my haul right now. Check out Gomez's channel. Let's get him up to 700 subs. New York Warriors got an auction tomorrow, 10 o'clock. I believe they have a live show tonight. 10 o'clock also. Check out Biggie's, home of the New York Warriors channel. And shout out to the rest of the community. And until my next video, peace.